Welcome to another episode of Toya Talks Wrestling, and today we're going to be talking about the last Smackdown of 2024. Apologize for not giving a video for Raw, but one, it was boring, two, I was on vacation, holidays, and stuff like that. Didn't do a video for that one. And there wasn't really much on this Smackdown, but there were some things that are kind of interesting that I wanted to talk about. Actually, there's two things, and I think the two things kind of go together. Anyways, we had Nick Aldis basically in the beginning making an announcement telling that if Kevin Owens didn't get the title back to him, there were going to be consequences and stuff like that. And then Kevin Owens responded on Twitter with a video, and SmackDown had played the video on the show, basically saying that, you know, he is the true champion. He beat Cody Rhodes and everything else like that, and that he would show up at SmackDown whenever he felt like it. I will go back to Kevin Owens and Nick Aldis later. But Sami Zayn was on SmackDown. I think he was looking for the Bloodline because the Bloodline had jumped him on Raw that Monday, and instead of finding the Bloodline, he found Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes basically he can't keep his mouth shut and ended up talking smack, which ended up in a match between Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes. Fast forward, Sami Zayn was about to Halua kick Hayes, and Hayes slipped out under the rope, and he went up the ramp. And as he's going up the ramp, here comes Braun Strowman. Now, you may or may not know, but him and Braun Strowman have a little bit of beef with each other. So Braun Strowman pretty much grabs Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes ends up slipping out of Braun Strowman's grasp and runs into the back. And so Braun Strowman chases after him, and Sami Zayn ends up winning the match, not by countout, by disqualification, because Solo and his Bloodline came and pretty much beat the crap out of Sami Zayn. Then Braun Strowman comes back with Carmelo Hayes in tow, and but then he sees that you know, Sami is getting his ass beat by the Bloodline. So then, you know, he kind of loses the grip, and Carmelo Hayes once again gets away from Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman couldn't decide whether he wanted to chase after Hayes or help Sami. He ends up helping Sami. He tosses Tama Tonga out the ring. He tosses Solo out the ring, and it turns around, and he's face to face with Jacob Fatu, and they have their stare down moment or whatever until Tama Tonga comes back in the ring and pretty much chops Braun Strowman at the knee. He goes down. Solo gives him like 3 Samoan spikes. Jacob Fatu does his springboard. Love the fucking springboard, by the way. And he's down. Then Sami Zayn comes back and he attacks Solo, and then they got on him, and Solo spikes him, and he's down and everything else, and they started beating him up some more. Here comes Nick Aldis. Here comes security to try to stop him and everything like that. As this is happening in the ring, you hear Kevin Owens' music come out, and here he comes with the title belt and everything in tow in hand. So now you think that maybe there's a moment that we could have between Sami and Kevin, like, you know, some kind of interaction or something, or Sami, or, you know, Kevin Owens looking at Sami and Sami looking, or whatever, but it didn't happen. As soon as Kevin Owens came out, there was a commercial, and when they came back from the commercial, everyone was out the ring except for Kevin Owens and Nick Aldis. But you know that, I mean, the tease of that, right? The tease of it. And you think about this, right? Think about this. If Cody Rhodes worked with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens got this mad, what in the world is Kevin Owens going to do to Sami Zayn when that time comes? I have no idea at all. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but let's go ahead and move forward. So Nick Aldis is basically telling Kevin Owens, you need to give the title. You know you're not the actual true winner of the title. That title was only supposed to be used for one night only for the fans, and Cody Rhodes asked for it and everything else. Cody Rhodes is the champion. You're not the champion. And Kevin Owens like, what do you mean I'm not the true winner? I beat Cody Rhodes. If it wasn't for the refs who screwed me over, I beat Cody Rhodes. You know it. They know it. According to the audience, people at home know it. Everybody knows that Cody Rhodes knows that I had beaten him. If I had an actual real ref that doing his job, then I would have been the champion. And this is basically, I can't give this back because this is basically my bargaining chip to get a rematch so that I could be the actual official champion. Right? And Nick Otis like, look, this is not up for negotiations. You either give me the title or you'll never step into another WWE ring as long as you live. And Kevin Owens about to say something, and then Cody Rhodes come out, which I was kind of surprised to see Cody Rhodes. And basically Cody Rhodes is like, you know, he was the champion, and he doesn't do it just for himself. He does it for his girls, the fans, the timekeeper, the announcers, blah 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 blah, and everything else like that. And that Kevin Owens is, you know, he told Nick Otis that he didn't want Kevin Owens to give back the title because he didn't want to make a martyr out of Kevin Owens he said Kevin Owens is doing to him and Randy what he did to Roman Reigns did to him. I don't know if that's true or not, but sure, right? And everything else, and he's coming towards the ring. Otis was basically like, you know, Cody, don't come in this ring, don't go back and everything else. And Cody Rhodes is like, no, I'm not turning around. But this is not gonna happen. And Kevin Owens even starts mocking like Cody Rhodes. Oh, I did it for my family. I do this, I do that. And Cody Rhodes was like, shut the hell up. He's like, you want a match with me where the ref won't screw you? And he goes, I want a match with you where the ref won't stop me from doing what I'm going to do to you. Right? And then you see him, you know, talking to Nick Otis without the microphone, but you can still hear him. And he's like, ladder match, and everything else. Like, let this happen. So then Nick Otis just steps aside, and, you know, Cody Rhodes gets into the ring. He's like, you know, it's all about climbing, right? That's exactly what we're going to do. You're going to take that title, hang it up high. I'm going to take this title and hang it up high, and we have ourselves a ladder match. Kevin Owens is like excited about it and everything else, right? And, you know, Nick Otis like, it's going to be official. Well, he didn't say it's going to be official. He said that at Royal Rumble, it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship in a ladder match. Now, I know for a fact for the longest time that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes been wanting to have a ladder match with each other for the longest time. So I'm kind of glad they finally have that opportunity. I'm also glad this is not on Netflix because they already have so much on that first show on Netflix. And I'm kind of glad that it's not on SmackDown because it would just be full of commercials. Also, may I add that next Friday SmackDown goes to 3 hours instead of 2, at least until July. I don't know if they're gonna keep it that way. I guess they're gonna see what's gonna happen. I guess they needed a spot filled because Raw is going to Netflix and they need you know, they run off sponsors and everything else, so they probably need that extra hour to fill up for what's the sponsors and stuff like that. Cause I can imagine that first SmackDown for 3 hours gonna have so many freaking commercials. But it's official, they're having that match. Kevin Owens is like, you have a deal and everything. He tried to shake Cody Rhodes' hand. Cody Rhodes wouldn't shake his hand. He ends up dropping the mic and about to leave, and he pushes Nick Otis into Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes fell. And then Kevin Owens went to go stomp Cody Rhodes' bad neck because you remember he got piled drived on Saturday's main event. And so Nick Otis tries to cover Cody Rhodes. Did a terrible job because he ends up getting stomped again in the neck. And then Kevin Owens leaves and basically says, I'm the true champion, bitch. And that was pretty much it. Yeah. So we have our first match that we know of for Rumble, which I'm excited for. I think this is the time that probably Randy Orton will come back and help Cody win the title, or keep the title and everything else like that. And we will have I think we should have the Kevin Owens and Randy feud, and they should end it on WrestleMania. This is what I think, right? I think that with me would have Cody Rhodes face The Rock at WrestleMania. Okay, we don't need to like prolong this whole thing where it's like, oh, we should have it next year and it should be Rock and Roman and everything else like that. We already, Rock and Roman can either do next WrestleMania, Rock and Roman can do SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is also going to be 2 nights. So they can do SummerSlam. Gunther should face John Cena. I think that would be a good match. Especially they want him to go for number 17. I don't know if he gets an elimination chamber. I don't know if he wins the Rumble. I don't know how it works. He should fight Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn should fight at SummerSlam. That's what I'm thinking. It's just like my mind's rolling anyways. Anyways, that is all. I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye. And then they kind of don't go together.